Hi, I want to talk about a commonly asked question, which is, should I read the whole passage? And my answer is yes and no. So first of all, these strategies that are presented online or in a course are just strategies that people have found very helpful for a lot of students. It doesn't mean you have to use them. It just means that you can try to use them and figure out what strategies are best for you. And that might involve different types of strategies for different types of passages. So to go back to the question, what I've noticed is that really strong readers are able to read the passage from beginning to end, remember everything, and then answer the questions. So I don't really recommend this method unless it's for fiction, just because in fiction you have to read the passage in order to understand what's happening, because there is a story arc and then there are characters that you need to follow. For most students, what I do recommend is building up your reading comprehension. And what I mean by that is reading the passage in sections, whether it's in a quarter section or in a half section, and then applying your knowledge to the questions that you can answer. In addition to that, there is a very common strategy where you jump to the questions first, figure out what the main point is, and then try to find the paragraph that has the answer. This strategy works for some students, it doesn't work for everybody. So again, you kind of have to test out what works for you. The only time I suggest jumping to the questions first is for passages that are really hard to read. So for example, fiction and historical passages are often written in Old English, which is really hard to decipher. So remember, your questions are written in modern English, so they should technically be able to guide or hint to you what the main point of the passage is. So going back to the question, ultimately at the end of the day, regardless of what method you use, you do end up reading the whole passage at some point. So hopefully you found this helpful, and feel free to check out the other videos as well.